There are some guys that are a little bit more robotic and stiff. You could even point to our opponent as saying he's a real, workman-like. He has a workman-like style, blue-collar style. He's very mechanical in a good way, predictable in a good way. But you look, everything he does mechanically is very sound, but you wouldn't call it some overt athletic style. So we're up against a very well-schooled, blue-collar, workman-like fighter. And I think it's going to be versus a little bit more of an athletic, kind of improvisational fighter that you don't know where everything's coming from. I've looked at a lot of Fonfara tape, and he pretty much repeats what he does, but he repeats it real well. So, this is going to be the battle. This is what makes it interesting. You've got, I think, two contrasting styles, personalities, and they can both punch. And that makes it even more interesting.
I can't imagine. It's hard to imagine Chavez getting hurt, though. That's the thing. By anybody.
Well, listen, anybody can get hurt by anybody. You know that. I know that.
Hey, Joe, what was your biggest challenge before you started camp? Did you have like a list of things you knew you needed to try to accomplish, or was it?
No, I'm going to tell you, John. I'm a little bit of a hired gun here. There have been people that have been part of this camp for a number of years. There's quite a few people involved in this camp. And you've got to use your brain as a person, as a trainer, to, integrate yourself, I think, intelligently. So I wasn't putting some list out there, this has to be done, this has to be this. I had to, like a fighter feels out another guy for a round or two, I had to feel out the camp a little bit. And once I got my sea legs and my bearings, everything went very smoothly. Now, Julio is not your atypical fighter, personality-wise, training-wise, in a lot of different ways. And again, you've got to wear a lot of different hats as a trainer, and you've got to be able to, roll with the punches, so to speak. So it was a process where I wasn't trying to go in there like Vince Lombardi and impose my will on everybody. This kid's got 51 fights. He's no rookie. He comes from a great bloodline. So, I know what I know, and he knows what he knows, and we joined forces, and it was more of an association than it was some dictatorial effort by my part.